Free Rotation Nation, and welcome to this week's episode of our podcast. It's shockingly called Free Rotation. I'm joined by Becky.
Hi.
And Chris.
Hola.
And Bubbles.
My butthole doesn't hurt this morning.
Wow.
You know, a couple of people started listening and they're like, does Bobby only talk about his butthole? I'm like, that's literally all he contributes.
Well, Becky, you're brave enough, anything's a dildo.
So you've discovered lube and it doesn't hurt anymore?
Well, cactuses still hurt, but it's fine.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder why the abyss stares back at you? Because it's like, what?
I am the abyss.
Oh, I
yeah,
gotcha.
the abyss is like, I'm just going to let that one stay there.
Okay, sure.
We don't need that energy down here.
Fuck no. They send me ass up to heaven. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, they'll keep you and send your ass.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Because it's holy. Because I have an asshole.
Oh my God, we walked right
Jesus
into
Christ,
it.
please help me.
He has one too.
This week we're talking about the Unicult. Founded by... Are you good?
Yeah, I just love your your segues are like really good. It's just like, I don't even fucking need one.
Yes. We're going to talk about the Unicult, founded by Unicole Unicron.
Her parents were hippies, weren't they?
No.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Just
Yeah.
kind of nut. Well, I'm not good. Actually,
We're not going to be judgmental.
Let's
Yeah.
not spoil it.
yeah. Let's not spoil anything.
And the power of the online occult or cultism.
Well, back in 2012, Unicole was very depressed. She, wasn't happy in her life. She couldn't find a way to come out of her depression. Nothing really made sense to her. She was really disappointed in the world, in herself, and her parents. So she decided to commit suicide. She took several bottles worth of pills, and then in this induced state, she decided that she needed to die in a big body of water. So she drives up the mountain and then realizes she had to hike like a mile to get down to the water. Like, it's a good 15-minute hike. So as she's hiking, she says she starts frothing out this white vomitus and chalk, and she never made it to the water. She ended up falling off of a cliff and fell like 15 feet. Well, she says it was miraculous that she was saved, and you kind of have to wonder, was there something looking out for her, because her dad suddenly gets in his head like, I need to find her. Where did she go? So he checks around. She's nowhere to be found. He gets in his car. He drives aimlessly around and for some reason goes up this mountain and goes to hike down to the body of water, and he finds her. She wakes up in the hospital and she's furious. Livid, like, why the fuck would you bring me back? I obviously wanted to die. But she started working minimum wage jobs and ended up on a farm with some new age folks, and she started doing some soul searching and realized that obviously she was an incarnation of the sun deity,
Okay.
of the sun goddess.
And this is where it takes a very strange turn.
And she realized that the way to be happy in life is to do what she wants and believe what she should believe in. However, she doesn't feel like you should harm anyone, do no harm, which is a very pagan tenet, also satanic tenet.
Mm-hmm.
And so she decides that there's several layers of reality. And, as you advance up in the levels of reality, one of the first things you have to come to terms with is your personal reality. What makes you happy? Now, here's the thing. The Unicult is to heal evil. Heal all the hurts in the world. And the way you do that is you have to have a very selfish way of thinking. You have to do what makes you happy. However, the caveat is, whatever makes you happy has to make everybody happy, because we're all connected.
It's communist happiness.
Did I tell you that she's a starseed?
So that was where it took a weird turn for me when I started listening to this, because I was like, okay, I'm kind of jiving with the whole.
You're saying she's Starcom?
She's starseed, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, everybody should be happy. We should love each other. And she's like, I'm a starseed, and I'm like, what's this? What? What's this? What?
Yeah, so a starseed, for those of you who don't know, are alien energies or incarnations that live in a person.
Yeah, that are planted here in people.
Yes.
By the alien god Octurian.
Right.
Octorian.
So she realized that she never could be happy until she lived her true self. And she said, regardless of whether it's real or not, it's what she believes, therefore it's true. Because our entire reality is exactly what we believe it is. So she believes she's a pop star, She's a pop star.
An alien pop star from space.
Alien pop star.
Oh, she's Xenon.
Xenon,
Yeah.
the girl of the 21st century.
I'm down.
Wait, it was prophetic because she is in the 21st century.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Disney knew what I was at.
Okay.
Chris is like checked
Chris is
out.
trying not to have an aneurysm right now.
I have looked into this broad and watched her videos, and I want to choke the shit out of her. So
So do I, but a sexual way.
And not only, so the thing that gets me is her original story, how she came to what she basically calls her enlightenment when she decided to figure out that she was starseed and all. The suicide, the pills, the falling off the cliff is her story. And that's fine, only no one's ever asked her dad how he found her. He's never said anything about it. It's just her side of it, which makes it sound really cool. Mm-hmm. Except for a random psychic connection miles away to your kid who has decided to commit suicide, who you haven't looked after. Sounds a little far-fetched, because it probably is.
Now, do I believe she tried to commit suicide and he found her? Yes.
Absolutely.
I do believe that.
Do you believe she didn't leave a note or...
No, as self-absorbed and self-obsessed as she is. Now, here's the thing that also is another, like, big detractor from her character, like one of them, is that she encourages people with mental illness to stop taking their medication and be their true self.
Yeah, she has this thing where she says that the mentally deficient are the true whatever. They know the truth.
Right. So if you're autistic, schizophrenic, depressed, BPD, multiple personalities, you need to embrace it rather than medicate it. And that's actually most of the members of her cult are these people.
Schizos. Mm-hmm. They have like legit problems.
A lot of people with Asperger's have joined her Unicult because she has a huge focus on AI technology and, sci-fi, which is really weird. That exists in the same place as Eve, which is her witches circle. So she also has a circle of witches, a coven, but everyone does have to answer to her. Because Unicult is about making Unicole Unicron happy. That is literally the cult's premise.
Sounds like a cult. It's just a cult.
You have to make your cult.
It's literally called Unicult.
Yeah, it's just a cult.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say,
Actually,
if you listen to any of her things that she was interviewed about, she says, we're embracing the word cult and making it mean something different. But there's a reason why the word cult exists in its syntax at this point. It's not considered a religion for that purpose. A cult, the basic idea of a cult was always that there was a central figure in this ideal and you followed it. And generally with cults, they don't end up working out so great.
No.
Mm-hmm. Now in 2012, the Unicult she started Unicult in 2012. However, in 2020, when quarantine happened and she went on TikTok, she suddenly found a surplus of followers. And so she decided that so the whole thing was against capitalism. But now there's an application fee of $11.11. I almost said 11 and 11 cents.
11 cents.
And that's just the paper copy you have to mail in. And now she also requires that you reveal what you make. Just for her to know.
That's how it always starts.
Just for her to know.
In the multi-level marketing Nexium bullshit, this is how it starts.
Always.
Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
So she's, and again, if you're interested, you can go onto the YouTubes, and she has a whole visual album that is 2 hours long, and it is painful to listen to her. And I'm using this term loosely, music, and her visual, another loose term, art. It is unfortunate, and I wanted to jam a pin into my eardrums.
Well,
it's real bad.
I think the big problem we have, or not big problem, I think there are benefits. What we have now is we have a generation of people who are on the internet, and it's much easier to access these ideas of people who are almost aligned to what you want to be, and people are always looking for ways to be involved or ways to be accepted, connected. And now with after quarantine and all of that stuff, the internet has become such a hub of making that possible. I think that's why you see such an influx of people who are interested in the Unicult, because she has manipulated social media to get her word out there.
So it's that, and I honestly, the first time I saw it, I thought it was a Tim and Eric skit. I didn't think she was being serious. I was like, there's no way this broad's this out there and this stupid, I was wrong. She absolutely is, and she believes every word of it, and it is mind-boggling how people follow her and try to keep any kind of logic, which is why I think she does have like mentally divergent fans. Like, it's really tough to maintain any kind of logic and be like, she just sing 3 hours about Atlantis in the fifth dimension, because that's what it sounds like.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
Absolutely.
some benefit or some ideas that are very already in existence in a lot of places, like New Age, hippie.
But none of them are hers.
Yeah.
All of her, like,
Right.
she's taken like all the New Age, all the kind of hippie, crystal-y,
Yeah.
and then all the pagan, and she's taken all the decent ideas, and that's the part she's kind of espousing out to the world. But when you watch her and get into it, a lot of it's just her batshit crazy stuff. That's like, I wrote a unicorn, and you're like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
She has a dream relationship with Elon Musk.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Did you see this?
No.
part? So in her dreams, she and Elon have a very serious relationship. And she's like, he doesn't know about it, but our spirits have connected in the dream world.
Why Elon Musk? Jeff
And-
Bezos is shredded.
She like gives a lot of information about him. Like, she's like, this is what I know about Elon. And who knows Elon Musk well enough to say if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But
I know he is very good at being in the pulse of like social media and like this whole like generation of internetism. So that kind of makes sense why it's
Well,
him.
he's really like the Twitter influencer. If you
Yes.
want to call it
Yeah.
that. Like, he's the one. Like,
I will say, like, I kind of stopped when I started looking, and she had like a class for like learning to telepathically talk to each other. But you had to pay $22 a month for this class, and when you clicked over, it was her Patreon.
sounds kind of like, Trump's college.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to sign up with her using an Etsy account to get to these places.
Exactly. And she's written a book that's available on Etsy, and you can buy it in all of the like 30 I can't think of the word, the like supplements to the book on her Etsy, where it's a bestseller. Yes, on your Etsy store, it should be a bestseller.
it's the only thing selling on your Etsy
Yeah.
store, so it's the best.
I was about to say,
Well-
you haven't shown up on Barnes & Noble's national bestseller list.
And it never will.
One of the ways she appeals to people, especially recently, is that she's reached out to the transgender community and anyone struggling with gender fluidity, because one of the tenets of Unicult is there's no gender. Mm-hmm. You need to stop defining yourself by gender, because she goes into this whole thing about social stereotypes that begin at infancy when we label girl, boy, and start dressing, and you need to act accordingly. And she's actually, and I hate to say this, but she's actually very intelligent and has done a lot of research, which I think cult people, like cult leaders,
They're
are known to do
charismatic,
that.
and they're known to like
Well, they
really
have to.
hit that.
They need
yeah.
to twist it with a little bit of truth. So she cites a lot of scientific studies
Yep.
about how boys and girls act differently.
But none of them are their own ideas.
Right.
They're
But
basically
that's-
just parroting good
That's
ideas.
like, yeah, I was about to say, that's seeds that you find in psychology and sociology. I learned about that shit. When was I in college? 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that
Which
was
is what they do.
You learn about all of that to begin with. These are all things that have existed previous. This is not a new idea that people are coming up with, and she's just, her starseed
Right.
or alien told her about this.
And when you think about her inclusivity and how inclusive she is, well, I watched a couple of her live TikToks and stuff. And the very, like, always, first things out of her mouth is, do we have enough mods to delete people and ban them? Oh, okay. So you really are a cult. Any dissenting voice has to go.
I made a bunch of, I'm not going to say negative comments on her YouTube video, but I made a bunch of negative comments on her YouTube video. Also, to the people that were praising her YouTube video, I also started going in on them pretty hard. Weirdly, the next day, all those comments were gone. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I didn't delete them, I promise.
No dissenting voice. And she has Cam Church.
Yeah.
So I guess we should have said most of Unicole happens online. So it was also very appealing in 2020 to
Because you
be
couldn't go anywhere.
around people and have this community that you can pull together, because a lot of people in her community, they're not that bad.
yeah.
They're not bad people. They're just falling for someone who's... And again, I'm not saying she's bad.
I think she's definitely a narcissist.
Yeah, she's
Like,
just a bad person.
bad-
That's cults
She's-
in general,
Yeah,
though.
she's using people to make herself feel better. Which
Right.
is whatever. Again, she can... If these people will fall for it, then so be it at this juncture. But the problem is it never stays at this juncture. This is how they all start. This is how Jim Jones and
Right.
the People's Church started. It's how the Branch Davidians started. It's how they all start. Is this is a good idea? Let's all get together, and then eventually it's not enough to feed the leader's narcissism.
Right.
You're singing their songs at church because when they have Cam Church, they sing songs she's written.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's not like hymnals from any Southern Baptist or Catholic or Protestant, or they're not like Tibetan. Mind you, they have like Tibetan, those singing bowls, and they get into a lot of weird stuff. But it's songs she wrote.
Right.
They're her praise songs. You're singing songs to her about her.
Well, and that's why it's always funny to hear people talk about how people got involved with these cults and how do you even get into this point and how do these people reach out to you? This is how you have people who are very much down, mentally depressed. A lot of people who just don't feel like they fit in to the standard of what the world is, and they find people who sort of align with their beliefs, or somebody who's charismatic enough to say, let me take care of you. You know, you are a good person. And when you have somebody telling you that after you've never had that told to you, you follow it.
That's right. Well, here's the tenet of Unicultism, the only one. Unicultism is a spiritual belief set upon which Unicult is founded. It was created by the heart of Unicole Unicron in order to raise one specific person, that is, Unicole Unicron, out of the pits of despair and into a state of near constant joy. And she does that by just having people adore her.
Yeah, that's literally
24
all
hours
she
a
wants
day.
to do.
No, I'm imagining she's Unicron from Transformers and like her friends
Yeah.
and
I know.
share the little
I
mini
think
cons.
Bobby's like whole idea of this is just like a transformer that's kind of, I mean,
Yeah.
listen, she's all into
She did
AI and shit like
transform.
that.
Right. And it says you may benefit from Unicultism if you suffer from hopelessness, an overactive imagination, an inclination towards magic, worry for our future as a species, global sadness, unhealthy habits, an obsession with the abyss, consumer blues, racing thoughts, anxiety, other forms of depression, poverty, perpetual health problems, all-consuming cynicism, curiosity.
That's me on a Tuesday.
So
Yeah.
this is legit,
But like she's literally appealing to mentally handicapped people.
but it's a snake oil salesman.
Yes.
It's
Not
I've
mentally
got this
handicapped.
product that if I sell it to you, it'll cure your aches, your pains, your toothache, your constipation, your hair loss,
Yeah.
like literally everything.
Are you sad?
Is there anything negative that's going on? I have the answer.
Yeah, are you sad? Well, come adore me and
Yeah.
you'll be happy.
Well,
oh my
the
god.
thing is, a lot of people don't realize is even your standard like normative people, everybody has those thoughts. Those aren't things like that are exclusive to one group of people. I can tell you that maybe 7 out of 10 things that was said there, I have those thoughts, but that's because I'm a lawyer and I look at dead people for a living.
Everybody has those thoughts.
I look at
if
dead
you
people for
have
fun.
Thoughts.
Yes.
Like it just is what it is. Like most people are multifaceted and have good days and bad days and
Yes.
sad days and happy days, and sometimes shit goes awry that you can't deal with, and sometimes you just need to take a breather and just step back and be like, you know what, today's a bad day. Tomorrow probably won't be
I'm about
bad.
to say, me and Angie talk
Right.
about the abyss like weekly.
Yeah.
Like you think about
Yeah.
it's a philosophical idea. It's not just something that somebody who maybe this is the first time you've heard somebody say this out loud and you're like, oh wow, this is something real. This has existed forever. Like,
know.
It's the way our minds work.
yes.
Human beings have this weird brain where if I tell you, hey, don't think about your mom naked, the first thing you're going to do is think about your mom naked because your brain wants to eat itself. It's the craziest
Look
thing.
at Bobby.
And now I have a fucking boner, Chris. Thanks. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, but that's how your mind works. That's how everybody's mind works. It's if there is a negative to be seen, you're going to find it, seek it out, and see what's
Yeah.
going on with it. It's what we are as people. Either you deal with it as an adult and you're like, okay, there are bad things, but not everything's bad.
Yeah.
There are also good things. Cool. Let's make
Right.
the good outweigh the bad. And that's balance.
Yeah.
But what she's promising is no more bad, and that's not a thing.
Right.
No.
There's no way that's a thing.
Yeah, and she's also appealing to a couple more niche parts of society because she believes in UFOs, and
Sure.
here's a safe space to come talk about whatever
Well, I
you
was
want.
about to say, like,
she
she's talking
believes
about
in witchcraft.
UFOs,
Yeah.
aliens, witchcraft. She's trying to appeal to the whole, like the subcultures, like all of them though.
Yeah.
It's not like here's Wicca or Bigfoot or aliens. It's
Yeah.
here's all of it
in
in one good luck.
We are literally a convention.
Yeah.
And come on down.
That's
It's
kinda what
literally
she
Dragon
is,
Con.
yeah.
Oh, she might get her own Dragon Con panel. Who
I was
knows?
about to say this. Oh,
Maybe
We'll have
next
another
year.
TanaCon,
I will
and it's
throw eggs at her.
Let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Well, and it's funny because listening to her, talking about this, like her tenets and like what you put out in the universe is blah blah blah. Like that's Wicca. But at the same time, we had this whole influx of this idea of like 20 years ago with The Secret. Like this was an entire thing that existed.
Yeah.
So,
But it's a thing that's always existed. These aren't new ideas.
but you know, the generations that come up, especially younger generations who don't know about the things that came 20 years ago, they're just like, oh
this
my
is
God.
like mind blowing.
Yeah, this is amazing.
She's awesome.
Well, I wonder about that. Like the 17, 18, 19-year-old kids on like TikTok or whatever that like have no idea who Jim Jones is. Like other than like a meme of Kool-Aid. Like,
Listen, I was watching a TikTok, and my favorite, a lot of my TikToks now are like millennials reacting to like Gen Z stuff. So it's like, oh my God, guys, have you seen this thing where it's shorts, but it's also a skirt? And you see these girls that are like, bitch, those are called skirts. They existed in late 1990s.
Yeah.
They've been around forever.
They existed in the 70s. Okay, let's not give that to millennials because that's even older. But yeah,
I love skirts, by the way.
yeah, I didn't.
Fuck, I was
Why
gonna
not
say-
just wear shorts?
Oh yeah, going back to The Secret, we sold so many goddamn copies of that book when I worked at Books A Million. Fuck,
Yeah.
so many.
Yeah.
Absolutely
It
ridiculous.
was, I mean, it's something that it's cyclical, like style and like fashion. It always comes back.
Well, during her recruiting video, she talks about Jim Jones, and she was like, we don't have Kool-Aid. But then she has this look on her face, and you can see.
yeah, why are you comparing yourself to a
Yeah.
cult leader who murdered his cult
Right.
to
Yeah.
start with
And
and
she-
calling yourself a cult?
Exactly. She's explaining why she called it a cult, and she realized that it did technically fit the terms of a cult because she does want it all to be about her because that's her personal reality.
Yeah, because she's a narcissist who needs this. But eventually it becomes, that's the problem, is it becomes not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get Cam Church.
You-
Hello, you just entered like the worst parts of cult because now she requires people to go to Cam Church.
Yeah, it's, it's cool that you're singing these songs about me. I need you to really prove that you're dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Also-
the next step. 'Cause
Also,
it's
give me your
always the
money.
next step.
Give me your money, please.
Well, that's just every day.
Does she have an OnlyFans page?
I said, well, you can buy her porn for
What?
like $200.
Oh, absolutely not.
yeah.
Fuck
she
you.
has an entire thing where you can go
I
on.
didn't know about this.
Yeah, I was listening to a lot of internet
Absolutely
videos,
not.
like digging into it this morning, and one of the guys like, you can click it, and there's like porn she's done. You can buy for like $200 and something on her. I don't think it's Etsy, probably Patreon,
Fuck no.
but like her
I
whole
mean, a lot of stuff's on Patreon, yeah.
yeah. But at the same, but her, I mean, the whole thinking of it. And here's the thing: I was listening to the Vice video. On the surface, I'm like, this isn't too bad. Just like we have like tenants, but you pick which tenants you like. Like,
Yeah,
but
the
that's
only real one is to do what makes you happy.
right. But that's also
as long as
like
it makes her happy.
well,
Bing.
I was about to say this is also very satanic on the surface as well because that's a very similar circumstance.
Yes, I bet she does have an OnlyFans. Because here's the thing. Amaranth was talking about she's a big female streamer. She makes a lot of money on Twitch. And so Twitch recently, like, did some bullshit to her that, for once, everybody was on Amaranth's side. But she was like, I don't really care because my OnlyFans in the first 2 days of it being up has made me enough money that I never have to work again. If I lived 500 years, I wouldn't have to work. So Mizkif was like, can you just show me? And she showed him what she made, and like he's like, this is so unfair that I have a penis. She was like, try it. There's people out there who look at your Mizkif dick.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
we
always
were talking
yeah.
hundreds of millions.
Well,
2 days.
Well, the thing is, there's always those people who are, especially if you are somebody who people are very or idolize or something like that. People are going to spend the money.
Or somebody people despise.
Yeah.
Like, they would go look at this shit just because she's who she is, a Unicole. I mean, I would, just to know. Like, it's...
Having watched her music video, I will not.
She's the worst dancer in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Like...
I imagine her, if she does have pornography, I imagine it...
She's just laying there.
That, or it's pretty similar to like if you gave a monkey a bunch of speed and told it to fuck like a tree branch.
Yeah.
And it's just wildly humping. Just aggressive and dry and
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah. Because she's, from her recruit video and stuff, and from her music video, she's like,
I like how you're dancing.
I'm not wrong.
No,
Just
she is
visualize
pretty
somebody
accurate.
like a white girl doing the Macarena, and that's what Angie just did.
That's what she does. It's how, and then she'll like,
It's bad.
she goes to roll her body, but it doesn't roll, so it's just like,
It just twitches.
It's like a spasm.
Nice.
yeah, it's creepy.
Well, and I think it's like you look at it and it's like like going back to the whole telepathy, like classes and stuff, it's like you learn to talk to each other off of the grid.
And if you can't learn it, I guess you're not really invested in
But you have to
Unicole.
spend $22 a month, and as soon as she reaches her goal, you get a t-shirt.
Ooh, I kind of want a t-shirt.
What about the telepathy you
Yeah,
promised?
well, you get the telepathy once she reaches the goal, and you guys can all telepathically talk to each other, which that's just Zoom. I'm just going to put that out there. You just type it in Zoom. That's telepathic.
Listen.
You get a t-shirt.
I
So-
want a t-shirt.
I like the ideas. But it's like
Right.
people take advantage of it, and it's sad.
Just a bitty bit.
Like some of her stuff, especially back in the beginning when she was a lot more wholesome and less money greedy. You listen to her talk and you're like, wow, like she's really smart and does have a vision. And then as it goes on, you're like, okay, she's just a fucking narcissist, and now she just wants money.
Well, in 2015, MTV did like a whole special about Unicult, but
Jesus.
even then, it wasn't well known. It's because of the pandemic and people's need to
But like be around other
connect.
yeah.
Yeah, that this whole thing kind of blew
She's
up
out in
again.
California, and she does sometimes meet people in person, but she's extremely agoraphobic.
Yeah, she mostly just hangs out at her house.
Yeah. So that's why you really only connect with her on cam.
Also, if you're a Unicult follower and you don't like the way I'm speaking to her, message me on the page and we can meet up and I can fist fight you.
There's another
Because something's
thing
wrong with you.
that she
I'll back you up, Chris.
She repeatedly says, like, come watch these videos and get mind controlled. She's very clear that she's trying to mind control you
And here's the problem.
and hypnotize you.
There is no hypnotism. There is no mind control. I wanted to gouge my eyes out of my
Yeah.
head with a spoon. It was really bad.
It was
really
like
bad.
Especially when, like, they're constantly in her songs repeating virginity is divinity.
Oh my god.
It's like, you have lost me.
I legit
I'm not.
It legit seems like a Tim and Eric skit if you just gave them no money and like a handheld camcorder
Yeah.
over like good luck making comedy.
I kind of wondered if she's just doing this just to see.
At first I thought it was. I thought it was legit. I'm like, this has got to be
this
a
is a
joke.
long con though. This is a real big
Well, she's
long
starting to make
con.
money off of it,
Yeah.
so
All cults are long cons. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's the definition.
I mean, that's why Jim Jones was getting so upset because his con had been busted by
Yeah.
the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Remember the senator came down?
Yeah.
Got murdered on the tarmac.
Yeah.
I was about to say she's trying to be like the 21st century MK Ultra, and it's not really working as well.
Well, she has none of the science behind it.
Yeah.
She's just trying to. She's appealing to the fringe people who have.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's people that have mental disorders that are like, this seems like a great idea, and anybody that has like legit cognizant straight line thoughts, like,
Right.
please don't do anything with this broad. There's something amiss here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take your medicine.
Yeah.
Please. I'm begging you.
The fifth dimension is coming.
Well, she's up to the 7th dimension.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
wow, there's more.
Legit, Atlantis was in the 5th dimension.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what happened to it.
And the being that incarnated and then went to the 7th dimension and then came back as her.
Uni. Was that
Yeah.
his name? Uni. That's why she's Unicole.
This is why I drink. Shit like this.
It's like it starts out normal, like, you know, we all should love each other and we should all accept each other and don't hurt the world and don't hurt each other. And then it's like, hey, by the way, Bigfoot is actually President Biden and he's in the 7th dimension. It's like very, what are you looking at?
There's a weird light up there, and I thought I saw something looking at me.
Oh,
Oh.
She heard you.
I know. I'm so sorry.
That'd be my thing if she was like, here, learn how to be a telepath. I'd be like, cool, can you get in my brain and say some shit?
Yeah.
well, I'm kind of wondering how like this telepathic class happens. Like, are you guys just thinking to each other across the internet?
She's literally probably just sitting there as a proctor and being like, I need you to think good thoughts about the person you're looking at.
I'm undressing them
And
all
then-
with my eyes.
That and the other person's like, I need you to absorb their good thoughts.
That's
And that's got to be it.
Yeah.
Well, and it was interesting to read about it because it's like learn how to speak off the grid, and I'm like, that's just telepathy, anyways. There's no
The Native Americans had a form of that. It was called smoke signals.
yeah.
Already existed.
Hey, that's also called like writing a letter.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Native Americans, she also ripped stuff from their culture because I'm not sure if you're familiar. Native Americans celebrated two-spirited people,
Right.
gay,
Yeah.
lesbian, trans
Yeah.
people, because you could see the world from both perspectives. Mm-hmm. So they were highly celebrated. So she took that and put it in her gender, like what she wrote about gender. But there's no credit given anywhere because she's just wonderful.
It's her. There's everything she does is her
original
idea.
thoughts.
Yeah.
This is how you end up having like multi-level sex marketing.
Or this is what happens when you try to kill yourself and there's permanent brain damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of the two. You
Yeah.
be the judge.
Like, and I understand, probably from her perspective, she felt like she was misunderstood, all of that stuff. And, it's good that she didn't die. But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like now you're taking advantage of the people who you also had a similar
Yeah.
affliction with.
No,
And
if you
she
want to
said-
help these people, go volunteer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to a mental health facility and help these people. Don't tell them you don't need these medically produced
Drugs.
fucking pills that,
Yeah, that help you.
that fix your serotonin levels. You should just fix them in your own brain.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work.
Scientology also has that belief, and that has not worked out so great for them.
No, dude, 'cause
As John Travolta's son, oh wait, you can't.
yeah.
Can we go visit Clearwater?
No, because Scientologists.
I
have
know that's
money.
the whole point.
I
If
have a fear I
Unicole
would
had
die.
if Unicole had more money, I'd be worried. But that bitch ain't coming out here.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say?
And I'll fist fight her too.
Oh, so she said when she woke up after trying to kill herself and she's very angry, she pulled the plug on herself, and I'm like, "You're on life support, really?" But she didn't technically say that. But she said that everyone was so angry and disappointed in that I can't understand.
She also said she had been dead for 2 hours and they resurrected her.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the other part.
that's added to the story
yeah,
then.
I had been dead for 2 hours before they resurrected me. I'm like, they, huh? Those medical doctors that you're telling these other people not to follow?
Yeah,
What a weird thing.
yeah, that they were able to bring you back after 2 hours. Oh no, it was Uni.
Also, you
Unicron.
weren't dead. Let me just. If you're dead for 2 hours, you're just dead.
Yeah.
There's no
I was
coming
about
back.
to say, if you're throwing up chalky stuff, your stomach isn't taking in, like, ingesting the actual.
Yeah,
like,
your body's rejecting it.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Well, one of the things that I didn't really get a chance to research very well, and I apologize, but there was so much on her, was Unicron in gaming, online gaming, how it's infiltrated and become really subversive in games. And you can run into Unicron in a lot of, like, old speed racing games for some reason.
Huh.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's called the Cult of Unicron. You'll run into it in games. So I haven't really looked into it very much, but that's something that's starting to be pretty prevalent and just really creepy.
We need to start streaming with these people.
That'd be cash.
Because they believe that she has an AI and hacker code and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, that is her purpose in the tech and sci-fi.
Hack me and send me money.
They also started a thing where they started the idea where they were going to start a brothel with sex robots.
Yes. That was really where they took off in
But they had to
2015.
consent.
Yeah, the robots had to consent before you could have
How does
sex
that
with
work?
Yeah, so they have robotic brothels, but the robot itself had to consent to sexual intercourse before it happened, and there was an Indiegogo for it.
it. Yeah, because they thought AI has a soul. Mind you, we're not to AI yet, so basically,
Right.
You're
She
just
wants to
fucking
build these AIs because then it can be inhabited by other incarnated souls. And she said she'd put a lot of thought into whether she was, like, when she was out and dying, did something else take over her body? Did her soul leave and another soul step in? And she said no, she's come to the conclusion it's her, but more.
yeah.
So she believes that if you build AI and give an opportunity for a soul to step in, it will. I'm like, yes, that's how they
This
get
is how
possessed.
Terminator starts. Why are you doing this?
This is called the Ghosts in the Machine, and the idea's been around
Yes,
for a while.
for a very long time. Another stolen
Yeah.
aspect. I mean, that's just science fiction right there.
Yeah.
To be fair, most religions have stolen from each other, and instead of being a cult, they're considered a religion. But
most of them didn't steal from all of them.
that's true, though.
Yeah.
And they were a little more unified and not necessary. And again, most of them were.
Jesus had some really good sandals.
He had to walk across them deserts. However, he also wasn't, and I don't care if you're Christian or not, but Jesus wasn't like, hey, you should probably donate to my GoFundMe or whatever the
No, he was more so about giving back than
Aramaic version of that would have been. A lot of these actual religions that make it long term because there's not a head figure that demands of you to give whatever you have to them. Like, it just is what it is. Jesus made it because he wasn't like, give me all your money. I need all your gold doubloons or widow's mites or whatever they were called back then. Like, he was like, you should probably go help poor people.
Yeah, it was a good dude.
Like, if you listen to that Joel Osteen, his entire televised sermon is about sending him money.
Well, that's called the gospel of prosperity.
Yeah.
And it's this whole idea that a lot of these televangelist preachers have that you sow seed faith to them, and you'll get it back in return through God. Like, you giving them all your money is a sign of faith, and God will return your faith and show favor upon it. However, most of these people don't get any money back. You just give all your money to
Get
these.
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, think about tithes. That's existed for how long? And
But
but
this
tithing
beyond
is
that.
different.
Tithing
No.
is 10%.
And it's
well,
supposed
no,
to-
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like that, it's just taking an idea that existed and then
Right, and butchering
manipulating it to get more out
Because
of
tithing is just to pay for church expenses and to help the poor families in the church. And some churches are really poor and their tithes barely cover their operating costs.
Meanwhile, a lot of this now is mega churches who are benefiting off of televangelists.
Right.
That's the gospel of prosperity. It's a little bit different. There's a little country church down the road from me that the pastor doesn't take a salary because they can't afford to pay him.
Right.
He pays to keep the lights on in that place out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not there's no like collection plate or if you want to give you can. There's like a little envelope thing in the back, and that's really it.
Yeah.
That's all they do. So
That's what the Jehovah's Witnesses do. It's up to you to tithe, and you don't have to make a big show of it in the tithing plate.
well, this place
You
like
just put it on the wall.
he legit does. He doesn't take a salary because they can't afford to pay him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he would be the one who would probably do the most for people if he had a budget.
He does. He actually
Yeah.
keeps a pantry stocked in there, and the doors unlocked so people can go get food. He runs a pantry out of his house.
Wow.
So people can show up if they need food, no questions
Yeah.
asked. Just take a bunch of food. Those are the kind of people that you're like, yeah, he probably is doing what he feels is right and really believes in the good. This broad just wants you to give her money and make
Yeah.
her feel better about
Right.
herself.
Yeah. Fuck her.
Yeah, I'm out. I don't like people that take advantage of
Especially mentally ill people.
That's the thing.
who she's targeting.
people
Yeah.
that are less than fully competent. That's just not cool. If you're
Especially since she's not fully competent.
yeah, if
like
you're
you
100%
were
there,
Yeah, if she believes what she says,
Cool.
like her dream relationship with Elon Musk, you should probably take your medication again.
yeah, you're just
Yeah.
crazy too.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm begging you.
She's like created a fandom off of just nothing.
No,
This-
yeah, she really has.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. She's got a really eye-catchy logo. I love it. The rainbow around the unicorn horn
Oh, yeah.
with the little lights. I'm like, I'd like that on a shirt. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
That's badass. I'd put it on my car.
And then you get weird looks, though, when people would
Yeah.
know what it is. It's like,
Anybody
oh.
that knows it's like that one's.
I just
crazy
kind of
one.
want to
Yeah.
like
Okay,
pay
kinda
like
want it.
the 11. Oh, and the
I
other,
kind of want to, like,
just see.
to see if she
You know,
would
her,
accept me.
the thing is, like, her hymns are spelled HMMS, hymns,
Ugh.
instead of like hymns.
Hmm.
And I'm
That
like,
bothers me.
so like things like that, I'm like, this woman is fucking nuts. But at the same
she
time,
don't-
I kind of just want to like have Cam Church and just watch to see the. I just have to see the dumpster fire.
And have you seen the way she spells inevitability?
Please.
Inevitability. Because it's an ability, which some people have said is a disability. So it's the
Okay.
inevitability.
Irregardless of that.
Oh God.
I'm gonna see if there's a license. I'm gonna see if there's a bumper sticker. I'm gonna look one up for you, Angie, right now.
I'm not
Let's see
gonna
what
lie.
it
There
is.
aren't
Yeah.
too many people that I hope bad things happen to. She's on the list. Most people, even if I don't like them, I'd rather them just not exist in my world. Like I hope everything good happens for them. I
Like
just don't want to be a part
they're
of it.
like a fleeting NPC in your
Yeah.
world.
yeah.
2012, 2013 version of her, I thought was pretty wholesome.
But this version,
No.
hope she
It
gets hit by a
always
bus.
turns-
TikTok version of her, go
It
to
always
hell.
turns into
Tumblr version
Capital.
of her, go to hell.
It's always about the money at the very
It really
end.
is, and that's what she said she was completely against. And I get you have to make a living, and you're a cult leader.
Get a job.
And she had minimum wage jobs before then. Like
Yeah,
she worked at
'cause
a grocery store and blah blah blah.
If she came in and spoke to you trying to be employed, would you hire her?
No.
No,
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, one of the people who gave a testimonial said that she had worked with Unicole at IBM. So I'm figuring she was a temp come in to do some office work or something.
Or a janitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said she was really like, the more Unicole talked to her, the more she was like, I'm just going to see, I like you. You feel like she understands me. She doesn't judge me. But she is judging you.
Yeah.
If you disagree with her, she has judged you really harshly. You can't have it talks about uniqueness and creativity, but she discourages it. It's her uniqueness and
It's
creativity.
all one way towards her or nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get you a bumper sticker, but how about a beret instead?
What? Yeah.
Oh my God, they have a beret.
Yeah, and a baseball cap. So we got Chris a hat.
Beret.
Chris is like,
No, crazy beret. I'll wear it too.
Holy fuck! $100 for a shirt?
And we're
Is it
good.
no, it's a. Oh god, no, it's actually just a cult. It's a rope. It's actually look. This is actually just like fucking ridiculous.
It's a rope?
Yeah, look, it's a fucking religious robe. Look, the fuck.
No.
Yes. The fuck.
Oh,
That's comfy though.
Maybe that's what I'm. That's my cosplay for Dragon Con.
What, the Unicult?
You're gonna get fucking stabbed, and I don't want that to happen.
I just want to sit on the corner and preach Unicult.
I doubt most people are as angry about
Oh
her
my
as I am.
God.
To the to those hateful preachers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in the Unicult robe.
Angie, there's only 2 left in stock. You
My
better.
God, they're not gonna have my size. I can assure you.
You're
We could
5'10",
just get
right?
you a rainbow
No,
robe
because she
because it
also-
is Pride Month.
To be fair, they only made 3, so.
And she wants to know your weight as well
Oh,
when
that's
you
fucked up.
apply to join. So I'm lying.
Aw.
I have an eating disorder and I'm like 105.
Oh,
And I will be accepted immediately.
this is
But she
also
also
on their
requires you
store.
to
It's a
send a
sex
picture.
toy.
Oh my God.
They sell sex toys too. It's
No,
a
they
ro-
don't.
That looks like an anathema to me.
yeah, rose crystal sex toy.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if you really want to, we could just buy you a rainbow pride like robe and you can go preach on it. I'll wear my unicorn hoodie
Ooh, okay.
and they'll be like, what are you part of? I'm like, I'm part of the Unicole, but don't look too hard at my thing because it's Critical Role related? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question
I
mark.
have a Pikachu onesie I can wear.
Let's just all do it.
Let's just wear whatever.
It is an unfortunate bulgy situation, but I'll do it.
And we'll call
I'll be your ass
ourselves
Ketchum.
The cult of personality.
Oh, nice.
Because we're all in
my
animal
God,
skins.
that's
Get
so
it?
funny. This is how we
Can we
start a
please do
cult.
this?
Yes, I'm down.
Yes, let's start the cult.
I'm
Cult of
down.
personalities. And we're all furries
Listen,
now.
we're going one day to Dragon Con.
We don't need to be real.
We can take advantage of whatever we want to do that one day.
I want someone to take advantage of me.
And
Okay, well, that's,
Bobby was alone that whole day.
He saw the dildo and suddenly it's about his butt again.
No,
he's interested.
maybe.
He's interested in joining just for that purpose.
Is
Bobby's gonna go check the Patreon for this woman and be like, I did some
I'm
research.
gonna go join her Patreon. I need to get the inner scoop.
Let's be honest. Knowing my luck, I'll get that rose quartz fucking dildo and it's gonna break inside my asshole and I'm just done. I'm going to the hospital. And everyone's really uncomfortable
Yeah, I'm
now.
not putting rose cord up my butt.
No, neither. Me neither.
Can
I'll
we?
put most
Silicone,
things up my
please,
butt,
only.
but
And we're back.
I'm allergic to silicone and latex.
Oh,
Very sad,
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yay. Are we done now?
Wooden dildos only, huh?
Yeah. Or like the glass ones.
It's my peg leg.
You want to see my pecker? I love that so much. Have y'all seen that? The little bird? Oh, you want to see my pecker?
I'm out.
And he really shows his penis because they're like,
Do you mean your beak? You want to see my pecker? Yeah, flop.
I don't want to see a massive
We
bird
did
dick. I'm uncomfortable.
It's so good.
it's the funniest thing.
You want to see my pecker?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. It's what you
No,
mean.
I am not into animals.
I think we should start our own cult.
Well,
Wait, Bob.
Shush.
Yeah, never mind,
we can't.
We can't talk about it. But yes,
right.
When,
Yes.
I forgot.
Yeah.
It won't be a cult. It'll be a church.
Well, Becky, where can they find our cult?
Yeah, how do they join the free-rotation cult?
You can find us on Facebook at The Free Rotation Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at The Free Rotation. We're also on Facebook.
Book.
I said Facebook already. That's why I stopped.
Did you?
Did I say we find us on Facebook at Free Rotation
No.
Podcast? You can find us on
Faceplace?
Twitter at The Free Rotation. You can also find
Pornhub,
us on YouTube,
OnlyFans.
Instagram, Twitch.
Oh,
at
you never
The
remember
Free Rotation.
Instagram anymore.
We have an Instagram. We very rarely post on Instagram. We post a lot of like nature pictures.
Yeah, I like
Hey,
Cute.
to take
well-
pictures of Becky's no face and bridges and post it.
When we go to the mountains and we try to find the like indigenous people who are going to cannibalize us, we'll take those pictures.
The Sam Squinch.
You can also check out all of our backlog at all of your favorite podcast apps. And we are on thefreerotation.com. Okay.
And as long as you're not
And you can
Unicole
find me
Unicron,
on
we love you.
Unicult. 'Cause
What?
I'm joining. I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
join it. I got to know more.
I don't think they're going to let me join.
I don't think
I
she's gonna
would-
let
Like,
me
are you
join.
going to punch
You
her?
just need to
Well,
get like a
Wait,
like
she wouldn't probably let you join because there's something huge we forgot to mention. It's a big feminist cult.
Oh yeah.
I'm about
Oh,
equality.
we totally missed that.
Why don't
though.
you like talk about it and then we'll insert it in.
Like the rose quartz
Yeah.
dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very feminist cult.
So what? They're against men or just like
No.
They have some dudes, but most of the guys that are members are not heteronormative.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Would be
gotcha.
the
Yeah.
term, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think you would fit in really well, Chris.
There's a lot of reasons I wouldn't
And a
fit in
lot
with
of stuff
these people.
she says about men and about gender,
Yeah.
like, you kind of think something has hurt her in the past.
Probably the asshole that pushed off a cliff.
Did nobody else see that
No.
mist form right there?
No. Oh, that's probably my
I saw
jewel.
Bobby blow out
Yeah,
his
that was
jewel.
Bobby's jewel, probably.
I'm sick of this shit. It scared the fuck out of me. I thought Unicole Unicorn was here.
That's my new favorite name for this.
Unicorn.
Just her
Yeah.
face appears in the mist. I see you.
Don't type that into Google. You'll come up with some weird shit.
Yeah.
I can speak from experience.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love y'all.
I love me.
I love it. Yes, Unicole.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's better. I could just hear it in the last episode, and I'm like, what is that noise? And I'm like, oh, it's Bobby.
It's
Okay.
me coming and farting at the same time.
Bobby.
Goddamn Bobby.
Freaking Bobs.
Okay, tell us about unicorns, Angie.
Well, we got an intro first.
Unicron, thank you. It's not even unicorn, which is the worst part.
Oh, we're talking about
With a
Transformers?
zero?
I'm down.
No,
I would love to talk about Transformers.
I wish.
Same.
It'd be less dumb.
I'm joining.
What?
What? Go ahead.